So Alex, why are you always keeping wild-caught reptiles? This is a question I'm always getting asked in the comment section nowadays, and it's a completely valid question. I understand why you'd be wondering why I would take an animal from the wild and keep it. Now before this, I want to define what I mean by wild-caught. I don't mean imported in mass amounts by companies to be sold. That's a little bit different. It's still called wild-caught, but when I say wild-caught, I'm talking about animals that I went out, caught just one or multiple of, and kept. So I'm talking about that today to basically clear it up and so you have a better understanding of why I do it. So this is Shadow the black rat snake, and he is wild caught. Firstly, I'm going to show you where I found this guy. Okay, so see where I'm at right now? The black rat snake was right on the road up here. I'll get out. Okay, so it was right up around here. As you can see, construction there. Those woods right there, that's where the rat snake actually came out of. As you can see, there's a house there now. So his area was taken over. As you can see, this side used to be woods. It's a house now. Down there, that's woods right now. It's gonna be a house soon. And then this area is woods right now, but it will also become a house. To add to that, it is a road here. People generally do not like snakes around here. They will not hesitate to run them over. So I've seen so many dead snakes on this road, many more dead snakes than live snakes. Okay, so your next question probably is, then why didn't I relocate it? So yeah, as you saw in that area, those tons of construction and roads and cars and angry people that don't like snakes and all sorts of threats for him, and his home was basically destroyed, and there's a house there now. So basically he has nowhere to go there. So how come I don't just relocate it to a better area? So GoHerping attends festivals right now just around North Carolina, and they're usually reptile and amphibian or animal related, or nature related, or just somehow that I can go and show people different herps and stuff. And this black rat snake has only been to one of those festivals, and although he's only been to one, there's a ton of people that go to the festivals, and so I'd say a good 300 or 400 people have already been educated by this single animal right here. He's native to the area. Everyone recognizes him. Like tons of people were like, oh, I see that in my yard. So then that gave me the chance to teach them and show them that they're not dangerous. They don't need to kill them when they're in their yard. They're actually beneficial because of the rodents that they remove and everything like that. So it gives people a better understanding and education to hopefully save more in the long run. Now this guy, he doesn't need to be saved because he's under proper care, and he might prefer just a little bit to be out in the wild, but he is just fine in captivity. And he has, like I said, he's only been to one festival, and I do multiple of these a year. So that means per year, this guy might help me educate over 1,000 people. Also, this guy didn't have a name when I first got him, so I had a contest for kids or adults to come up with names at the festival that they think would fit, and Shadow was the winning name. And because they were naming him, they had to really look up close at him and see his characteristics and really understand him, and it really got them involved and hands-on, and it wasn't boring because they weren't just looking at some pictures and hearing about it. They really got to see it up close right there in an enclosure, and then my other animals I can take out, but he doesn't like being taken out. But yeah, basically he's just really beneficial to my educational stuff, and hopefully he can have a better he can do more in the long run. Again, he has the enclosure he needs. Snakes really do not move around much. You shouldn't listen to big organizations that say like, oh, they need tons of square miles to go explore and be happy. They don't need that because they're snakes, and all they want to do is stay safe and eat. So next, kind of with the same deal. Oh, okay, she just peed all over my phone and my pants. Oh yeah, she was saving that up. Anyway, this is one of my toads. I have multiple toads. And just like the black rat snake, I did wild catch these. So let me go ahead and show you where I found these guys. I think almost all the toads I have were found on this road that you see right here. Now it looks pretty nice. They've got all these trees on the side. They have a lot of protection and places to go. But you can see here, there are for sale signs on every single one. Many of them say sold. So these trees will not be here for very long. In addition to that, this road is dangerous. Every time it rains, these roads will be covered in toads, and there will be plenty of squish toads just everywhere. So I also take these guys to festivals, and because I have multiple of them, like each toad might only do maybe one festival a year because I can switch them up at each festival. But with my combined toads, they have been to probably 3 festivals. I've done way more festivals than that, but they've been to that many. And that means probably a good maybe 1,000 to 1,500 people have seen these toads as they come by the booth. Kids just think that they are like the cutest things hopping around in their enclosure, and they really get to enjoy it. And again, kind of like the rat snake, people will recognize them, and basically everyone knows that toads won't do you any harm. But still, it's just a really neat experience for kids to be able to see those animals that they see hopping across the road or across their yard right there just a few inches away from them. Again, they have all the proper care they need. Also, I haven't done this with the black rat snake yet, and I need to do more with the toads, but I can also teach people online. So each view is another person that is maybe learning something from these toads or getting some enjoyment out of them from seeing them in videos. So lastly right here, I've got this juvenile box turtle. Now turtles are a bit different, but again, I'm gonna go ahead and show you where this guy was. Okay, so now we're down to where the juvenile box turtle was. He was somewhere right around this area. Now, you see woods here. However, those woods end in just a few feet. Over there is a house and more yards. Over there is another house. On this side is another house. Through here go lawnmowers. Dogs are in the area. Dogs often like to play with and accidentally kill turtles. Along with that, just about everyone around here uses pesticides and fertilizers and weed killers, which are all dangerous to turtles because the stuff that they're eating will have those things on it, like these leaves and these plants. These probably have those pesticides that you don't want to be getting on a turtle. And up here you can see there's a road. Again, there's the danger of cars. I've seen like 5 crushed turtles just in the past few months on this road. All box turtles actually. Okay, so as you saw, this was not the ideal place for a turtle. Sure, because he's so small, there is a slight chance he would have been okay, but they can just travel crazy long distances, and he definitely would have been in some danger with all of those things. Now, I wouldn't want to stress this guy out because he's so young and so small and not very used to people, so I don't take him to festivals yet. Maybe I will in the future once he's bigger. But basically, it's the same stuff. I give him proper care. Also, when I had this guy, I'll give you a close-up of his eyes because his eyes are looking, maybe it's a her, I don't actually know yet. But basically, the eyes are looking so much better than when I first had it. I noticed a couple days after first having it that its eyes were just puffy and gross and I didn't know what was going on. So I researched it and it was a vitamin A deficiency. Over the past few weeks, I managed to fix that completely. So now he's just a happy, healthy turtle. He has a pretty big enclosure. I'll be upgrading him as he needs to be upgraded. I want to give this guy a ton of space. But again, he has all the care he needs. And what you might be thinking is, but Alex, he's a turtle. So they have kind of like that built-in GPS. Like if you relocate a turtle to a new area, there's a chance that it'll try and go back to where it first was. So that's the first danger. And so usually because of that, you really need to leave them in the place they came from. But because this guy's a juvenile, it doesn't like sense or remember stuff or places that it was from before. So that's very true. An adult turtle, if you go out and grab a turtle out of the wild and keep it, it's gonna become really stressed because it can't get back to that place. You shouldn't even take a turtle, even if it is a juvenile, if it's just in like a nice place where it can be part of the ecosystem and contribute to it and get contributions out of it. But because this guy was in the middle of a neighborhood, he won't be doing much for the houses, and the houses and cars and people and dogs won't do much for him. So yeah, because he's so small, he's not gonna be affected by the fact that he's not in that area he came from. He won't mind, he's been doing just fine. If he was showing that, I would have put him back or gotten him in proper environments, but because he's been doing just fine with how I've had him, then you don't need to worry. So hopefully I can stop answering and typing out that question of why I'm keeping the wild-caught animals that I have. If anyone ever asks me again, then I'm just gonna link you this video. So if you came from me linking it, then thank you for watching it till the end. And this little turtle, he just has no fears, but he's also ready to get back. So I'll go ahead and put him back in his enclosure. And yeah, in the comments, let me know what your thoughts are on wild-caught animals like this and when it is and isn't okay. A lot of this is personal opinions, but you got to hear my opinions on this in this video. So that's it for this. I'm Alex, and thanks for watching.